This story is brought to you by the month of Lurve.
The month of Lurve.
Beautiful by Nom de Cheval and TheLandGrave. Read by Goombasa. Part 1. Darling, I must say you look absolutely marvelous. I knew she was gonna say that. Every pony knew she was gonna say that. And as soon as she said it, she batted her eyelashes in the same way she always does. Rarity's a great gal, but wow, is she predictable. I don't know. The dress is tight. Really, really tight. Isn't it a little, restricting? Oh, but of course. It has to fit rather snug or else it won't properly display your fundamentals. She half giggled that last line. I tried not to roll my eyes, but seriously, how can you nod at such a bad joke? I take a small step. A difficult small step. How the heck am I supposed to move in this thing? A quick twist of my body confirms what I already know. This is gonna slow me down. Rainbow Dash! Uh-oh, here comes the speech. A lady does not always feel the need to rush things, and this is one of those times. Remember, we've gone over this before. You are to be polite, charming, and above all, demure. What the heck does that even mean? This stupid dress itches, and suddenly Rarity's eyes got huge when I scratch myself. That is exactly what I mean. I see her horn light up and feel her magic slap my hoof off my rump. A lady does not do such things. Then how the heck do they scratch themselves? I rub my hoof because the stupid magic actually stung when she slapped me. She huffs at me for some reason. That's not the point. Come over here, darling. I see her heading to the mirror on the other side of the room. She has a head start on me, but I beat her there. Yeah? What? Eventually, it seems like forever, she makes it to the mirror and stands there beside me. She nods towards the glass, so I take a look. There was Rarity, looking as gorgeous as ever. Pristine white coat, beautiful purple mane that she spent way too much time making look that way, and, well, Rarity. Yeah, so? Not me, darling. Her magic moves my head very gently, shifting it over just enough so that I wasn't looking at her, but at some strange mare next to her. She had soft yellow eyeshadow and a slick mane tracing down the side of her neck. Her coat is a pretty blue, though, and those look like a great pair of wings. I want you to look at yourself. Oh yeah, that's me. Okay, I see me. So? So? Rarity jumps back like I tried to hit her or something. Rainbow Dash, do not presume that you cannot see the results of my efforts here tonight. I have carefully, I dare say majestically, transformed you from your normal self into the vision you see staring back at you. A couple of those words hang around in my head for a moment, and then I turn to look at her. What's wrong with the way I normally look? Nothing, she answers me instantly, and then backtracks. Well, nothing if you are working on the weather, or playing games, or even enjoying time with the girls and I, but this isn't one of those times. Tonight, you are going to spend time with... I swear her eyes glisten when she says, copious assets. As usual, the sound of his name forces out a snort and a laugh. The feeling of Rarity staring at me hits me way before I actually turn to see her. We've covered this, Dash. You are not to laugh at his name. He is the heir to the fortune of hefty assets and is very sensitive about his family name. I try to hold back another laugh. Well, kinda. After I do it, I feel a little sorry about it anyway. And I notice she's still staring at me. What? How am I not gonna laugh at a name like that? It would be like a mare having the name Check Out the Flanks or something. She clears her throat. Rarity always clears her throat when she's trying not to laugh. Well, all that aside, I have gone to great lengths to set this rendezvous up for you, and I would appreciate it if you did not embarrass me. Ah, dang it. She had to go there. Don't worry, Rarity, I won't. My hoof scrapes along the wood of the floor before I realize that the princess might not like me treating her castle that way. Why do we have to do this in Canterlot anyway? Why can't I just go out on a date with some pony back in Ponyville? Because every pony in Ponyville knows you, darling. She smiles at me as she said that. Exactly! They already understand my awesomeness, so doing stuff to impress them isn't needed. They're pre-impressed. I feel like we're getting somewhere, finally. Yes, well, that's not exactly how I would have phrased it, but think of it this way. This is your chance to show someone new exactly how awesome you can be. I think about what Rarity is saying, and it kinda makes sense. Except for one little problem. Yeah, but how can I do that wearing this? I'm getting the feeling you don't like my dress. Rarity stuck her lip out like a duck, if ducks had lips. Come to think of it, why do they call it duck lips? Ducks have bills, not lips. If anything, they should call it duck-billed. Unless they are saying that it is the person's lips who are looking like a duck bill, in which case it makes sense. Wait, is Rarity still talking? Learned from all my efforts. I am doing this for you, after all. Yeah. Geez, what did she say? It's not the dress, honest. You make pretty dresses. And you look absolutely lovely in them, darling. That got her smiling. Good. Which is perfect because you're already running late. Now, hurry off, and I simply cannot wait to hear all the sordid little details of your date. She squealed like a filly. Who does that? Okay, besides when I met Daring Do. But that was different. It was Daring Do. I mean, come on. Or with the Wonderbolts. So, okay, sometimes I do it too. I guess she gets a pass here. Now, hurry along. I feel Rarity's magic pushing me from behind. But don't go too fast. I had very little seam allowance, so any stress is going to result in absolute disaster. What does that mean? I have to look over my shoulder to see her as she's pushing me out the door. Never you mind, darling. Just go and have fun. But not too much fun. A lady must never do that on her first date. She stops pushing me, and I look back at her just in time to see her slowly closing the door and almost signing her final words. Good luck! The door closes, and I'm alone. I guess I'm gonna go do this then. Let's see how it works out. I turn and head off to find... copious assets. What a name! I hate this city. No, that's too strong. I just hate all the ponies in this city. Except the princesses, of course. They're cool. And I should know better. Heck, I do know better. I just forgot to remember that I know better, and I went ahead and listened to Rarity. Now look where it's gotten me. I'm gliding down the middle of some street. Okay. I think I'm lost. What difference does it make? I'm staying at the castle, and that's the easiest place to find in the whole city. Maybe in all of Equestria, actually. So lost is kind of a relative term. I'll just say that I don't know where I'm at, and I really don't care. A shiver runs over my coat, and I recognize it immediately. All I have to do is glance up at the sky for a second, and I see the local weather ponies have arranged a bit of a shower. Perfect ending to a perfect day, I guess. Still, I don't feel much like getting soaked right now, and I really don't want to go back and deal with Rarity at the moment, so... I circle back around. I remember seeing 3 ponies walking out of some club or something and climbing up a small set of stairs. They were staggering a little, so they were obviously drinking, and another pony held open the door for them, which meant it wasn't a house. Translation, it's a bar. Good. I could use a stiff drink right now. After landing, I trot down the stairs to the door. The pony opens it for me. I mean, hey, it's his job, and gives me a standard welcome to the club spiel. Some place called Tablet of Pasta or something. I don't know. Sounds weird. And once I get inside, I realize it is. Everything in this place is dark. The walls are dark, the bar is dark, even the lights are dark. I would say that it was designed to be a bunch of goth ponies with a thing for Nightmare Moon, but the vibe isn't quite so pretentious. It's worse, actually. This is what rich ponies think a dive bar is supposed to look like. The only thing that I see in this place that isn't dark is the bartender. He's a well-built unicorn stallion with a pure white coat. Not bad, actually. I saddle up to the bar and grab a seat, giving him a quick smile. Not a flirty one, just one to get him to come over. Good evening. How are you? He starts in with a polite conversation right away. About as well as you think I'm doing. I give him a smart-ass answer for some reason. Can I get a hard cider? From the expression on his face, I know the answer before the words come out. Sorry, we don't get much call for that in this area. I don't have any right now. No cider. Of course there is no cider. On a night like this, why would there be cider? I pushed my hoof between my eyes, squinting. Well, have you got anything that kinda tastes like cider?
I'll see what I can find.
He walks off and I feel a little worse. I could have been nice to the guy. It's not his fault. There's one of those huge mirrors in the back of the bar, and I instantly see who should be blamed for all this. The mare staring back at me with the rainbow-colored mane. The bartender shows up with a tall bottle, and guess what? It's dark.
This is a very fruity Merlot with a strong hint of apples in it.
He pours a little bit in the glass and pushes it my way.
Give it a try.
I grab the glass and toss it back. It tastes like wine. I never have understood all that mumbo-jumbo about oak and spice and whatnot. It tasted like red wine. I don't taste any apples at all. Yeah, that's fine. I have no idea why I said that. He gives me a smile of accomplishment and pours half a glass for me and then sets the bottle down next to it. I grab the glass and take another deep drink, disappointed that it isn't cider I taste, but still appreciating the slight burn as the alcohol hits the back of my throat. I put the glass down and give it a good stare. What the heck is wrong with me? I mean, with the me that I am. Some pony sits down next to me and I glance over out of reflex. What I see... Wow. I mean, seriously, wow. It's a unicorn, but not just a unicorn. This mare could redefine what a unicorn is supposed to look like. I haven't seen a body like hers since, well, I guess Princess Luna. She's hot. Totally hot. I give her a quick nod and smile. And of course, she has no clue that I'm even there. Come on, I was sitting here first. How could you walk in and sit down next to some pony and not even pay attention to them? All she's doing is staring at the mirror. Giving it a try, I look in the mirror, thinking she might see me and give me a glance. What was I thinking? All she's doing is messing with her mane, trying to make it perfect even though it already looks great. I mean, this mare could be a model, easy. I feel my wings rustle slightly as she primps in the mirror, and immediately want to smack myself. It's just another Canterlot pony with Canterlot ideals and... ugh. I go back to my wine just as the bartender comes up and takes her order. She gives him some long, complex name with a number behind it. Yep, Canterlot, all right. Though she has a great voice, too. Deep and dark, kinda like this place. It fits, really. I wouldn't mind listening to this pony talk some more with that kind of voice. When I get back to the room, I'm gonna have to listen to Rarity, who will do nothing but try to cheer me up. Heck, she'll probably want to find that dickbag stallion I had to deal with and give him a talk. She can make any pony feel about an inch tall with her words. I might just encourage her to do that to the jerk, too. Suddenly, my glass and bottle are rising up in a unicorn's magic. What the hey? I know who it is, but I still can't believe it. The hot unicorn has grabbed my stuff, and I watch as she dumps the bottle and the glass back down the sink. I was drinking that! She stares at the glass slightly, tossing my bottle into the trash. As the glass sits back down in front of me, she pours some wine from her bottle into the glass, with a bit of a smug smile on her face. Then you should be thanking me for saving you from drinking that swill. If you do not find this far superior vintage more to your liking, I will buy you 2 bottles to replace that one. Look, lady, I did not come here to sample wines. I came here to get trashed. Yes, I gathered that much. Oh, she's asking for it. I don't care how gorgeous you are. You do not stare at me that way and not get payback. Whatever. I grab the glass and toss it back. It's really good, actually. After drinking that other wine and then this one, I can actually tell why some of the fancy terms are used. There is no way I'm telling her that, though. I look up at the ceiling and move my tongue around, kinda like the way I've seen fancy ponies do before. I give it a little shrug just to poke a little harder. It's alright, but I don't see what's so much better about it. Better? Perfect. She's about to have a foal. What's better is 50 years of age and a far superior grape. You may as well compare filtered water to drinking from a muddy stream. She gives me a stare that would probably melt most ponies, but when have I ever been most ponies? What's wrong with drinking from a stream? Let's see if that makes her blow up. Oh yeah, it did. Her face bubbles. I mean, it actually seems to bubble. Her eyes, ears, lips, cheeks, and everything just moves around trying to find a place that makes sense to her. Bullseye. She taps on the bar to bring the bartender over. A little harder than she intended, probably. Please provide this mare with 2 bottles of whatever it was she was drinking before, and put the last one on my tab as well. Then bring me a bottle of 954 Palmino Noir. It's obvious the bartender is a little ticked, but nods. I give him a nod and a smile as he goes, and then turns to the mare with a similar smile. She won't even look my way. In fact, her nose is so high in the air right now that she might just bump into the weather ponies outside. Oh, so now you're gonna give me the cold with her? Fine, whatever. If she's gonna play it cold, so can I. What are you doing here? I have no idea why she asks me that. Wasn't that pretty much the first thing we talked about? I already told you, trying to get wasted. The bartender shows up just in time, and I grab the bottle and start to pour myself a new glass. Or I would be if some pony would just leave me alone. No. Why are you here, in Canterlot? You obviously don't belong, and no pony gets that dressed up just to get wasted. Oh, she did not just... I really hate all these Canterlot ponies. Thanks for reminding me why I came into this place, lady. Prissy little stuck-up... Why do you care? I toss back the glass and fill another, and start to think about switching to something a little harder than wine. I don't! She said that like it's poison or something, and then tosses back her own wine. If she wants to make this a drinking contest, then bring it. Then why are you asking? I don't know! Wow, okay, she screamed that a little loud. The whole place goes quiet and every pony looks our way. Gotta give the lady credit though, she stares back with enough venom in her eyes to turn them all around. Soon enough, the general noise of the bar comes back. I'm guessing some of the talk is about the 2 of us now though. I look at her. There is something about the way she's sitting there, the way that she's holding on to the glass and staring with a blank expression that is familiar. Oh man, don't look like that, lady. I didn't mean anything by what I was saying. I was just having a rough day. And it looks like you are too. Are you okay? At first, she doesn't do anything except sort of start wavering in her chair. I'm not sure that she's used to drinking the way that we've been tossing them back. Finally, she looks over at me and I try to give her a soft look back. What? Yeah, her voice is really flat. Are you okay? I kinda lean toward her, ready to grab her in case she falls off of her stool, and she looks even worse after I lean in. It's like she's trying to not answer me, but really wants to or something. All I know is that if she isn't careful, she's gonna fall off that stool and hit the floor, and likely hurt herself. I'd feel like dirt if I let that happen to her. Her hoof hits the bar a little harder than she intends, and the bartender comes back over with a very forced expression on his face. The dude is barely holding it in. Check, she mumbles to him. You got it. I see him light up his horn and float over a tab. Then he reads it and my jaw drops. 650 bits, ma'am. That can't be right. $6.50 for just 4 bottles of wine. And I know that mine couldn't have cost that much. At least, I hope mine didn't cost that much. I need to ask next time when I order. Which means that hers cost at least $300 each. Who pays that much to get drunk? That's when I notice her hoof feeling around near her flank, looking for something that obviously isn't there. Uh-oh. Do you take credit? She asks like she knows the answer. No, ma'am. Yeah, this is gonna turn ugly. Do you know who I am? Okay, now I'm curious. It'll be good to have a name to attach to a pony who looks like she does. I am Fleur de Lis. My husband is Fancy Pants. We are one of the most powerful and influential couples in Canterlot. He shrugs at her. Do you have a phone? What the heck is a phone? We just had one installed and I could call my husband and... Her voice trails off as she sees the blank expression on his face. He's at a loss about as much as I am, which I have to admit makes me feel a little better. At first, I think she's crying. Her body lurches a couple of times with her head hung low, but when she throws her head back, it's very obvious that she's laughing. Loud, actually. Every pony is staring at her again. I gotta admit, it even takes me off guard when she stops laughing and jumps down from the stool. Moving way faster than I would have thought, she makes a run for the door. Some pony in a fancy outfit gets in her way, but she just runs through him, knocking him to the ground with a good shot from her wither. Ha! I can't help it. I never expected her to do that. The bartender and the doorman are both heading toward the door when I do something that surprises me. Hey, stop! Thankfully, they both do. Don't worry, I got this. Rarity is a great friend, but even more than that, she's a connected one. She knows sometimes things can get a little out of hand, and you might need a little help. So I reach into my bag on my hip, pull out the special coin she gave me. It's got the Canterlot royal seal on it, and from what Rarity said, it's pretty much a free pass wherever you might need it. I flip it to the bartender, giving him a patented Rainbow Dash smile. That should cover it. I'm staying at the castle. His eyes go wide, and that's a good enough answer for me. Before he or anyone else can say anything, I'm out the door, flying up to get the position of... What did she call herself? Oh yeah, Fleur. It only takes a second. She's obviously not used to running away and hiding, but to her credit, she's pretty darn quick. I guess she has to work out to keep a body like that, and it's showing. She makes a few turns down a street, sure that some pony is hot on her trail, but not thinking to look up, even once. Finally, she finds a spot that she thinks is safe, and stops. She looks soaked to the bone running through this rain and splashing through so many puddles. Yeah, I keep forgetting that not every pony is as waterproof as a Pegasus. I drop down beside her as quiet as possible. You're pretty fast. For a prissy unicorn, that is.
What?
And the way you tackled that stallion, I wouldn't mind having you on my hoofball team.
I don't... You?
Yeah, she pretty much has nothing to say. Not that I can blame her. She's not used to someone as awesome as me showing up unexpectedly and saving the day. Still, I need to get her out of this rain and help her walk off some of the alcohol in her system. It's not good to stop like that. You'll give yourself cramps. Come on, we'll walk it out until we find some place out of the rain. I get down on my hooves so I can walk with her and throw a wing over her to help keep her dry. I don't know if she's just too tired or what, but she doesn't put up a fight, or say anything for that matter. She just starts walking down the street with me. A few steps into the walk, I feel her press against me. It feels good. I wrap my wing around her a little tighter, just to make sure she's okay, and keep walking. We go on for a bit, just wandering around while I try to find someplace dry that we can hang out at least until the storm has passed. I spy a little covered pavilion thing in the park and steer us that way. I don't think she's even aware we're out of the rain until I start to pull my wing off of her.
To be continued.